like those other girls, my ass would be out of breath before okay? So, and yes, all these black people in the front row. So, I'm so excited to be here tonight, I really am. But I'm really excited because 5 years ago, I got saved. I turned my life over to Christ. It was, man, the best thing I ever did. You know, I told my girlfriends about it. They were excited for me. They prayed for me. But I had this one girlfriend. She wasn't happy. She was a whore. She just didn't get it. She knows who she is. She's here tonight, actually. I won't point her out. There somewhere, yeah. So I have a neighbor who has these dogs. And you know, I watch her, and it's really interesting watching her because it made me think like there are really differences between how white people treat their dogs and how black people treat their dogs. There really is. So, you know, she tells me, she says, hey, I'm going down to Burger King to get my girls some burgers for lunch. I'm like, okay. And then she tells me, hey, I bought an underwater camera so I could take pictures of my dogs so I could see how their fur moves underneath the water. Okay. Then she tells me, which is really sad, because one of her dogs died, right? So she cremated her dog. Then she said, hey, I'm going to get a commissioned oil painting of my dog made and put the ashes underneath the dog's picture. That's when I said to myself, girl, yes girl, because that's what I say when I talk to myself, time the fuck out. Something is going on. Like, first and foremost, can I keep it real? Yes. We don't get in the water. We've got hair issues, we're a little bit buoyant, we may just float, we don't swim. So clearly, our dogs are not getting in the water, right? Secondly, when our dogs died, my dad did pretty much what everybody did, right? He dropped the dog off on the 110 freeway and kept it pushing, right? Avenue 52, Highland Park, seriously. And lastly, like, who gets a commissioned painting of their dog? Any dog that I had, like, their memories are etched in my head. Who does that? Like, white people do that. It's like crazy. So, yeah. So, I just have a random question. Can I ask? Yeah. Thank you. What is it with Braille on the drive-through ATM machines? Anybody? Right? Tonight I saw it on the way down here, and I was like, okay, really? Just a question. So, I had surgery about 2 weeks ago, so I had to watch, I was at home, I watched a lot of TV. So, you know, I look around and I'm like, what the hell is it with these fucking happy period commercials? You know what I mean? So she's like running down the street and she's like, I don't let anything get in the way of what I wear when I'm on my period. Really, bitch? I'm like, who are these girls? Do they like go stand in their closet and they look around and they're like, ooh, beige khakis. Ooh, girl, not today. Or do they say, leggings? Oh no, wearing a pad, bulging shoes. Right? Or do they say halter top? Ooh, not with these sore lips. Oh God. Like, who are these bitches? And the question I also want to know is, who are these bitches that are running down the street like clicking their heels like fucking Gene Kelly when their period starts? I don't get it. I really don't. I just don't. So it's just really interesting. So the other day, I went out to lunch with my girlfriends. And these are my skinny girlfriends who always talk about being fat. Okay? So they're like, oh my God, I'm so fat. Like, look at my butt and these jeans. My God, I'm huge. And I'm sitting at the end of the table, I'm like, bitch, don't you see me sitting down at the table? Because if you do, then what the fuck do you think of me? You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, really. You know, so then lunch comes, salads, because that's what they do. And there are croutons on the salad. And they're like, oh my God, I can't eat those croutons. Those are carbs. Do you know what that's going to do to me? And yet again, I'm like, bitch, eat the fucking crouton. Like, nothing is going to happen to you. It's the size of a fucking, like, like chicken bouillon cube, eat it. And because I know her the way that I do, she's gonna go home and throw it up anyway. So go for the gusto. Have two. Live it up. Binge. You know? So I was married for 9 years. I was. And in our 6th year of marriage, we had the opportunity, we had this wonderful bundle of joy. We did, that's right. A baby. Thank you. That my husband had with another woman. Yes. I was so pissed off at that motherfucker. I really was, seriously. So I packed my bags and I left like 3 years later. I couldn't tell you that. Seriously. So, I love bad boys. Yeah. The more thuggish they are, the better. I love it. And if they're gang affiliated, I get extremely moist. I do. But the one drawback of dating him is that I always thought he was seeing somebody else. And he was. His parole officer. That fucking bitch. I felt so uncomfortable. I was like such a third wheel in that relationship. I couldn't do it anymore. And I also dated a guy who had erectile dysfunction. I dated some winners, by the way, let me just say, right? And he told me, hey, Jackie, I suffer from erectile dysfunction. I said, well, shit, if you suffer from it, I guess I'm going to suffer from it too then. So, and dating him was like going to Starbucks. It was. You know, it's like, I'd like a grande espresso with 2 pumps. Seriously. But in reality, I wanted a venti caramel macchiato with extra cream. That is my set. Thank you so much.